The topic of this design unit asks a fundamental question. What is a regenerative vision of cities in light of the climate emergency? What if climate destruction meant the worst for humanity? And what radical steps can we take to shape the way we live, to transform our ecological destruction, financial fragility, and social instability into a more hopeful and more sustainable future? Cities increasingly define the way we live. 60% of world population have moved to inner urban centres, and this figure continues to grow. So figuring out how to live peacefully amongst a climate emergency through a regenerative vision is essential for the future of humanity. The answer to this question is intricate and complex, as all networks and systems of life are. The answers come in the form of everything from food security to waste management, but the conclusions to all of these topics have one thing in common: the importance of protecting ecology. It's all the organisms that live in it and all the functional processes that make the house livable. The argument of using ecology as a method for regeneration is simple. Through water-based ecology, one can mitigate the threat of floods and promote a more livable neighbourhood. Through water-based ecology, one can improve the connection between humans to nature, which promotes well-being. Through water-based ecology, one can improve the recycling of wastewater to provide a more circular water system. And through water-based ecology, one can improve cities' recreational facilities. Development and drainage have destroyed the ability of floodplains to act as a natural flood barrier and store excess water. Instead, artificially smooth, uniform landscapes with little wetlands or woodlands result in towns and villages flooding more quickly. Similarly, concrete and tarmac surfaces prevent rainwater from being absorbed by the ground. This causes water runoff that can overwhelm stormwater management systems, especially when local rivers are already full, leading to pluvial flooding. Despite this growing problem, demand for housing in some countries is driving development in areas where floods are a known threat. Since 2013, 1 in 10 of all new homes in England have been built on land at the greatest risk of flooding. All while cities such as Bristol start to declare the ecological emergency in response to the complex threat of urbanisation and development, which is depleting our wildlife, and this is reflected on a global scale. The solution is a sustainable development policy framework, a toolkit even, to tackle the ecological and flooding crisis through the agenda to bring floodplains back to the marsh. This consists of introducing sustainable flooding solutions such as bioswales, trees, hedgerows, ponds, rain gardens and wetlands. Then, introducing building facades. They need to incorporate 50% vertical and horizontal green cover. And finally, introducing green well-being spaces across St. Philip's Marsh, whilst improving the sustainable economic viability of the island also. These come under the 5 sub-policies of local clean energy, eco-education, wastewater cleanup, net biodiversity gain, and green finance. This is then developed on a more specific interest of making cities more permeable, so as to provide sustainable urban drainage through the 9 flooding policies, looking to implement the sponge city principles to live sustainably with flooding.